Hey guys, long time no see. I feel like I haven't filmed in so long. I think the last video I put up was a declutter, and when I'm not in front of the camera, I feel like it doesn't count. So yeah, it's been a really long time. I had a really busy week last week. I have a friend actually in town. We went to LA for like a long weekend. Anyway, it's been a while, so I thought I would just jump in with a haul because I've been purchasing a lot of the new releases that have been coming out, and I haven't been able to film a dedicated video on those products for you guys yet, but I am planning on it, and I'll mention that as I go along. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Michelle, and the main reason why I do haul videos is so that you guys can comment down below and let me know what you would like, like a dedicated video for. So that's what we're gonna do, and I will just let you know what my plans are if I'm gonna be doing a dedicated video or not. But yeah, always let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's jump right into it because I have a lot of stuff here. So I just got home like late last night and there were all these packages waiting for me. So some of these things I haven't even played with yet. I haven't even opened, like these Nars Pallets. So I purchased the Summer Lights face palette, the Hot Nights face palette, and then the Orgasm palette. So I opened up the Summer Lights palette and I actually have the highlighter on my cheek. But let me go ahead and just show you what the palette looks like. Here is what the cover looks like. Isn't that pretty? Looks just like sand. And we have 6 products on the inside here. It looks like we've got 4 eyeshadows and 2 face products. This is the highlighter that I have. Whoops, let's take this off. This is the highlighter that I have, and then this is the bronzer. Let me just make sure these are all, yeah. So the top 4 are eyeshadows. Let me go ahead and give you guys some swatches. All right, so here are the 4 eyeshadows, and then here is the highlighter, and here is the bronzer. Everything felt really nice to swatch. Everything felt, like soft, but not too soft. Everything felt like it was, kind of easy to pick up, nothing too complicated. And I really like the highlighter so far. I thought maybe it was going to be a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but I think it works. Like, it looks pretty deep in the palette, but I think it actually works okay on my skin tone. But you guys let me know what you guys think. So there is Summer Lights. I don't know much about these palettes, like if any of the shades in the palettes are existing, if these are limited edition. I really don't know much at this point, but I am planning on doing like a dedicated video on a bunch of this new NARS stuff that I purchased. So keep an eye out for that. So that's the Summer Lights, and then this is the Hot Nights. So here is Hot Nights, and just to hold it up next to Summer Lights, so they do look a little bit different. And here is Hot Nights. Let me see if I can hold it up next to Summer Lights. So yeah, this looks like a cooler tone version. This looks like a warmer tone version. All right, and here are swatches from Hot Nights. I'm definitely gonna have to compare these 2 palettes because this actually looks a little bit warmer than the highlight in the other one, but this is definitely a cooler toned eye look. And I feel like this bronzer is a little bit lighter. Huh, how interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a video on these 2 palettes. I love these 2 shades. So much fun. So those were the 2 new face palettes, and then I also picked up the Orgasm highlighting palette. And this is the very pretty box that it comes in. I love this Orgasm pink. It's so pretty. And God, this is really thick. I wonder why it's so thick. Oh wow. Okay, so it's thick because of this packaging. So it probably looks pretty normal to you right there. But look at how raised it is. Almost makes it twice as thick. Huh. I think this lid, this design here really makes it kind of weighty. So very interesting. Just looking at the shadows, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but just to look at the texture of the pans, it looks like something is going on there. I wish they had a description on the box. Oh, it says for eyes, cheeks, and lips. Oh, okay. Oh. These are like cream products. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I had no idea. Ooh. Ooh. I just assumed that these were powder products. Wow. How pretty. That's the top row. Ooh. Oh, this one feels weird. This one feels a little bit hard. Oh, but look at that. Wow. Okay. Well, that was worth it. So those are all 6 shades swatched. Really beautiful. That one's really beautiful. Although I feel like it was the stiffest, like the hardest in the pan, but these are a lot of fun. I also didn't realize it was like for eyes, lips, and cheeks. This will be really, like this would be really pretty on the lips. This one too. All of these would look really pretty on the eyes as well. I just thought that this was kind of like a little blush palette. I I'm very pleasantly surprised. I really need to read the description of these products before I order them. So that's the Nars Orgasm palette. Again, dedicated video to those palettes coming up. And then I also got 3 of the new Nars multi-use glosses, but I picked these up not from Sephora. I think I got them from Nordstrom. Yes, I got these at Nordstrom. So I picked up 3 colors, and that is these guys right here. So these are the quote-unquote glosses that are for lips, cheeks, and eyes, I guess much like that Orgasm palette. So this is Working Girl. You knew I could not resist all that gold. And these guys have an interesting applicator. So it's like a paddle. There's no kind of soft fuzziness to it at all. It's really just a plastic paddle. So this is Working Girl. So here is Working Girl. And I actually have some of it tapped on my eyes just really lightly. And I actually have some also on my lips, just tapped in the center there. And this one is Relentless. And there is a swatch of Relentless. So it's got a really pretty like baby pink hint to it. And all of these glosses, they have like a very slick kind of feel to them. They're like barely sticky, just a little bit of tact, but not sticky like a lip gloss in any way. And there's no scent to them at all. And then last I got Star Babe. So this is like the lightest one. And there is Star Babe. Oh, I forgot to mention that I have this pink one, Relentless. I have that all over my lips, and then I tapped Working Girl over it. So I haven't used Star Babe yet. This is the only one I haven't used. And I like the texture. It's very, very light. It definitely is, I think, meant to be a topper. I think alone you can tell that it is incredibly sheer. It just kind of gives my lips a really nice kind of effect to them. But there's really not a lot of pigment, and I don't necessarily mind that. But I think this would be nice like over maybe some lip liner if you do want to add a little bit of color. I think it's also like fun on the lids here. And so far I think it's a lot of fun on the lids. I don't feel like I put enough on to tell whether or not it's gonna crease or move or do anything, but so far, and I've probably had it on for about an hour now, and so far I don't feel like, you know, like they're melting. Like sometimes I feel like with eyeglosses, they just kind of feel like they start to really heat up and like get loose and start to kind of like melt off of your eyelids. Not with this so far, but it's definitely a product that doesn't like set down. Like it's definitely still feels a little bit tacky on my lids. So those are the multi-use glosses, and I'll probably throw that into the palette review video as well so that I can talk about them a little bit more in depth. While I was at Nordstrom picking up those Nars multi-use glosses, I also thought I would give this Anastasia Dewy setting spray a try. At first I was not going to do it because I thought it had like micro glitters in there, but then I started reading the description of it and other people's reviews of it, and the glitter is just on the bottle. So all of this glitter that you see is just on the bottle. The actual setting spray doesn't have it. So I think it's really interesting that they basically have this in a MAC Fix Plus bottle. It's very, very similar. It's a little bit different, but it's very similar. And I just want to see what the, ooh, it's nice. I would definitely spray from far away. I feel like I get pretty big droplets. So yeah, I would kind of spray it far away and kind of let it fall, the mist kind of fall onto your face. Otherwise you get like droplets. Actually, I got some in my hair. Oh, it has a nice, like a nice light fragrance. Very light. Oh, it's nice though. It's like fresh. It doesn't smell too sweet or anything like that. And I kept hearing about how dewy it makes your skin look, and I have very dry skin, so I always welcome a dewy skin product. So I will definitely report back on that. I think even just that little bit, I feel like my skin looks just a little bit dewier. Oh, how interesting. Okay, all right. I'm down. All right, and then I picked up some bronzers. So I ordered the La Mer, the bronzing powder, the new one for this season. La Mer always comes out with some sort of bronzing powder, limited edition. They released it for spring, summer, and last year's I liked, but it was a little disappointing in terms of it being a bronzing powder because it had a huge like pink stripe in there. So I ended up using it more as like a blush. That's how it worked better on my skin tone. So when I saw this year's and that it was just bronzers, basically, I was really excited. So I actually have it on my skin today. I really, really enjoy it. So, oh, let me show you the packaging. So it looks like a La Mer powder compact, but it has this pretty like sunflower type of design on the cover, which is really pretty. And then This is what it looks like on the inside. We have like a light medium bronzer, and then we have kind of like a highlighting powder down here. I think this is awesome because I really like a shimmery bronzer, and I know not everyone does. And it's just this little bit here. So you can just kind of like tap your brush in there. Like once you've picked up some bronzer, you can just tap your brush in that highlight if you want a little bit of sheen to your bronze. So the main part, the bronzer part, has like a satin finish. So it's definitely not like a matte, like a flat matte bronzer in any way. But let me go ahead and give you some swatches. I will do all 3 separately. All right, so here are the 3 swatches. This is the light, the medium, and then here's that like highlighty powder. Isn't that pretty? And I feel like when it comes to the bronzers, this one is maybe just a hint deeper, but I think really what we're seeing is that it's warmer than this one. This one is definitely a cooler toned or more neutral toned version of this. And here's a swatch of all 3 shades mixed together. So that is the La Mer, the bronzing powder. I am almost positive that this is limited edition. It usually is every year. But this is something I was not planning on doing a dedicated video to, but if you would like me to, if you would like me to maybe compare this to other bronzers I have, compare it to the last year's bronzing powder, that's the only one I have. I don't have any of the years before that. But let me know if you want me to do that. Just comment down below that you would like to see a dedicated video to this product. And then the other bronzing product I got is the Natasha-Nona Bronze and Glow Mini Palette. So I purchased this off of Beautylish when it was released. So I'm definitely doing a dedicated video to this, comparing it to the other 2 mini products that she has. And the blush one, the first one that she came out with, I took that on a trip with me and it was great. It's really handy. It has like a little mirror on the inside. This compact is very sturdy. I don't feel like I have to be too careful with it when I pack. And you get like a decent size pan. Now it's not huge, especially for a bronzer. It may be a little bit challenging to get your bronzer brush in here, I'm thinking. But when I travel, I definitely like to sacrifice like the size of stuff. I'm not going to bring like a full size of something if I don't need it. So let me go ahead and swatch this for you. Ooh, these feel very creamy. So there's the bronze, and then there is the highlight. This Glow Extreme is from the Diamond and Blush Citrus palette. So that is this product. And then the quote unquote blush, this bronze color, is a blush. It's the neutral beige blush from Palette 7 Blush Duo. Anyway, it looks like she repurposed a neutral blush to be a bronzer and then grabbed the Glow Extreme powder out of the Citrus Diamond and Blush palette. So look out for a dedicated video on this, comparing it also to her other mini-sized palettes. And Surratt Beauty came out with some new inner light batons. So these are like his smoky eye batons. There's like a crayon and then a sponge tip applicator with a powder product on there. So these new inner light batons, there's 3 shades. There's like a white one, like a deeper, like warmer brown colored one. So I ended up getting the shade in the middle, which is like this nude colored, and it's called Effervesce. I actually have the crayon on like the waterline, and then I have the powder product as like my inner corner highlight. Again, I think this is great for travel. I think this is just a fun product. So if you're familiar with his smoky eye batons, it's the same idea. You have the crayon, which is like a twist up and twist down at one end. And then you can't even see it. It's like hidden, but if you twist, you could basically untwist this and you have a sponge tip applicator there with the powder product. It's like in the cap here, so you just kind of like reload it up by twisting it. So while I'm swatching these, let me just tell you that I've had issues trying to find the perfect like waterline brightening color. They're either too peachy or they're too white. I just haven't been able to find the right one. I always feel like it looks a little bit weird or just really obvious when all you're trying to do is just kind of like brighten and like widen your eyes a little bit. But I've always felt like any ones I've tried have always looked very obvious. But I really like this one. I don't think it looks obvious at all. Maybe you guys didn't even notice it until I pointed it out. But I think this is like the right tone for me. So here's the crayon, and then here is the powder product. The powder product is so incredibly beautiful. I mean, it is so shimmery. It's so like wet, glossy looking, even though it's not at all. It's a powder. I did experience like a little bit of fallout. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a little bit there. So I would say that is one downside to it, but it's so minor. I feel like I have that one bit and maybe one down here. So not bad for something so glowy. And I just love like having it all like right here in this little baton. I just think it's awesome. So those are the new Surratt Beauty Inner Light batons. And again, there's 3 shades and that's the middle one. Also placed an order for some Patrick Ta Beauty products. And this is a brand new line. Patrick Ta is one of my favorite makeup artists. I always love the looks that he creates. I just find them to be really glamorous, but very natural all at the same time. Like it's not overdone. And so I've always really liked the looks that he's created, or at least posted on Instagram. So I was really excited when he announced he was coming out with a line. So I got the 3 lip glosses and then I got the 3 highlighter mists. I passed on the body oils because I have a bunch of shimmer body oils and I don't really use them that often. So I thought, let me just pass on that. So I also picked up his fan. This is the Major Glo Setting Fan, which I think is hysterical. So let's take a look at this. I haven't opened up any of these things, but oh, it's nice. Oh, okay. So it's rose gold and this is like, I think this could be metal, but this feels nice. Oh my God, yes. Work. I love this. I think it's actually a really beautiful fan. It says Patrick Ta here, and then I guess this is his logo. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's got like rose gold finishing here. And then the fabric here, I don't think it's silk, but it looks like a silk shantung. Really pretty. I'm gonna have to work on my like fan opening skills because they're not good. They're not good right now. It says on the back of the box here that this custom fan can be used to target your highlighting mist application, speed dry that liquid cat eye, set your setting mist, or keep you cool anytime, day or night. I think it was Patrick Starr. I think what he was doing was kind of like holding it up to his face and then using the highlighting mist so that it didn't get everywhere. I'm definitely gonna have to practice, but let's go ahead and take a look at these highlighting mists. So I got all 3 because I really couldn't tell which shade would work for me, and yeah, I don't know. So I got Look at Her, and here's what the bottle looks like. This packaging is really beautiful. So Look at Her is described as a white pearl. Let me see if I can swatch these. There's no shaker ball inside. Here is the spray nozzle. Ooh, oh, of course. Did I just spray that where you can't see it? I did. Hold on. Ooh, do you see that? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. How many fluid ounces is this? This is 1.6 fluid ounces. So I'm gonna have to be careful with this. But there is white pearl. And then I got We Love Her, which is described as a pink pearl. So white pearl is all over here. I'm gonna spray this pink pearl up here. Ooh, oh my God. These are so pretty. Look at that pink pearl. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God. That is so pretty. It's like slightly iridescent. There's like kind of like a pinky gold champagne shift there. Oh my God. These are amazing. Which is this one? We Need Her. And this is a gold pearl. Oh my God. I'm really excited. Where can I put this? All right. So here is pink pearl. I'm going to put gold pearl over here. I'm going to try. Oh, this is definitely for deeper skin tones, this gold pearl. Oh man, that is so pretty. Ooh, well, I'm definitely gonna have to try them out, but I feel like these are gonna have to go into my Sephora VIB recommendations video. And then I got his 3 lip glosses. So this one is She's Expensive. Again, the packaging is on point. This is really pretty. These are called Lip Shines. There's a slight, almost like mint chocolate cookie kind of scent. Am I making that up? Kind of. Almost like a Girl Scout Thin Mint. I wonder if these are minty. I don't really like minty lip products. So here is She's Expensive. So this is really like a beautiful, another beautiful lip topper. And then this shade is She's an Influencer. So there is She's an Influencer, another pretty lip topper. And then this one is called Is She Younger Than Me? So this is like the pink topper. Ooh, the gold glitters in here are really, really pretty. Oh, you can see the pink base too. So those are the 3 shades. And I was planning on doing a dedicated video on these where I'll do like lip swatches of these and I guess face swatches of all those highlighter mists. So definitely keep an eye out for that as well. All right, and last but not least, I picked up some stuff. So I picked up another Tomforde Soleil Aqua Metal Shadow. I got it in the shade Violet Argente. It's not violet at all, but I really like this formula because they're kind of thin and they're a little bit sheer. I just find them to leave like a really pretty effect on the lid without it just being like too glittery or too metallic. So there is Violet Argente. So what I noticed about these when I actually kind of swatched this in store was that it was really cooling on the lid. And I thought, oh, that's kind of nice. You know, soleil, you're probably out in the sun, you're hot, whatever. But then I was like, well, what's making it cooling? And then I noticed that the 4th ingredient is alcohol, which is not great for your skin. But I think, you know, for me, if I just use a little bit like on top of shadow, I think it'll be fine. I'm not too bothered by that. But I did want to point that out if that is something that you're like really opposed to. So there is alcohol in that product. And then if you guys saw my emotion proof eye color video, I was pretty salty about that. And I had already pre-ordered the emotion proof concealer and some of the emotion proof eyeliners. Well, when they came in, when they were finally delivered to me, I had heard that the emotion proof concealer ingredients were pretty much the same for the Estee Lauder Double Wear waterproof concealers. So again, I was just really salty and I just went straight to the store and just returned them. Didn't even look at them or anything. But when I was in LA and I was visiting a friend of mine who works at Nordstrom, I was talking to him about it and we were actually comparing the ingredients. I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to get one of each. I'm gonna try and like get the closest shade possible and just do a wear test. So I got the Tomforde Emotion Proof Concealer in 3.0 Pale Dune, and then I got the Estee Lauder Double Wear Waterproof Concealer in 1C. So the shade range is definitely different. And in terms of the ingredients, all but the 4th ingredient in here is pretty much the same. So it's the 4th one in both of these that differs from each other. So I was like, well, 4th is pretty high up there. They could behave exactly the same, or maybe this is kind of like an improvement over this. Maybe they tweaked it a little bit. So I'm gonna do a wear test, a full day wear test. I'm gonna do a full day wear test. I'm gonna have this on one eye, this on the other, and we're just gonna go through it. So that's what I'm planning on doing with these 2 products. And then I did also pick up the Tomforde Emotion Proof Liner. I got the color Gigolo. And again, I think the ingredients in this waterproof liner is very similar, if not the same, to the Estee Lauder waterproof, like double wear waterproof eyeliner. So I went ahead and picked up a color that is not existing in the Estee Lauder one, which is Gigolo, which is like this metallic shade. Let me just show this to you quickly. So here's the liner. It looks very much actually like the high definition liners that Tomforde had. Maybe they're discontinuing those, but it's one of those twist up, twist down liners. And then there's like a little sharpener here at the bottom. And then there's the Gigolo color. That's the Aqua Metal Shadow, but there's the Gigolo color. So they have a bunch of metallic shades that looked really pretty. So I think if I like this one, if it is indeed like waterproof and stays put and doesn't act funky in any way, maybe I'll pick up another one of the metallic shades. So that is the Emotion Proof Liner. And that is it for this haul. So again, comment down below if there are any products that you would like me to do a dedicated video for that I didn't say that I was going to already. So you'll be seeing one for Nars, you'll be seeing one for the Patrick Ta collection, you will definitely be seeing one for the Tomforde Concealer, Estee Lauder Concealer, like Showdown All Day Wear Test. I'll definitely be doing one of those. And I would like to do one for the Natasha-Nona minis, kind of compare all the different minis. But let me know if you want something more in depth with like the La Mer bronzer or anything else that I mentioned. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.